Welcome everyone to day 8 of our 34-day angel series. Today we are going to be meeting and merging with the wonderful Archangel Uriel, success through action, as he's shown here on the card. So let's just take a moment to tune in to Uriel and consciously invite him in to be with each and every one of us. So closing your eyes, taking a deep, full breath in. And whether you're watching this video in the morning, afternoon, just before bed, wherever it finds you, may you really just take the time just to drop into your breath. Because it's through this tool, this universal tool that we all have, that we can consciously bring in the light of the angels through our breath, saying yes consciously to their support, their inspiration, their presence. And as ever throughout this series, we're inviting that particular angel, so Archangel Uriel, to channel through his teachings and his message for us today. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about Uriel. So Uriel is the sacred masculine twin of Archeia grace, together the angel of inspiration, peace, and devotion. And while grace, the feminine counterpart, represents the softer side of our inner fire, our solar plexus, Uriel is all about taking inspired action. So whatever the repetitive nudges and the thoughts and the ideas and the visions that you're receiving, to really not just let them be a mental experience, to take them, to shape them, to use them, to really create momentum, to create that which is important in your life so that you are actioning your dreams. He is the angel for that. And I woke up this morning coming into his energy over the next 24 hours, being in this space. And of course, you can ask the particular angels to stay with you longer. But this morning I got so many ideas. I got the clarity on what I need to do with regards to a couple of different books that I've been mulling over, with regards to um, just social things and personal things. It's just like such clear guidance. And this is what happens when you invite Uriel forward. He really helps us to cut through the BS and really fires us up. His name comes from divine strength. He is known as the fire of God or the light of God, and he's often seen with light coming out of his hands, like here. This is how he wanted to be depicted. Also, lots of light coming out of his solar plexus. Sometimes he carries a flaming sword or a lantern because he really helps to light the way forward. And you might feel, if you invite him in, if you just say yes to him, coming into your energy field, coming into your awareness, he gives us that sense of fiery momentum. And it's not the fire where we're just like totally fired up for life and we're filled with ideas. It's more a very focused, a very stable fire that is consistently burning until that particular project or that particular dream has been fully actionized. He's very focusing. He's like, yes, that's fantastic. You have this, this, and this idea, but how can you hone that? How can you break down that particular project or that particular task into bite-sized chunks and then celebrate your progress as you go? Because often inertia and overwhelm, which this angel helps us to move through, often that stops us. Uriel says, don't let the fear of what could happen be the reason that nothing happens. And so every day, do something that is moving you towards your dreams, knowing that your dreams are powerful and purposeful, even if the ego, even if there's a doubting part of you that thinks creating this project or this book or this course or whatever it is will not be popular. Like nobody, wherever the doubts are, if it's coming from your truth, invite in Uriel, feel the support, feel the fire that he's bringing you, come into that focus momentum. It's almost like it's an evolution here. It's going beyond motivation, which really just fizzles out into consistent actioning, consistent success through action. I can't reiterate enough how incredible it is to work with Uriel. And something that he wanted to say today is, often there is this notion that the archangels and the Archeia, the divine feminine angels to the archangels, cannot be our guardian angels. That is not true. If you would like one of the archangels or Archeia to step in and be your guardian, to be your closest angelic ally, they absolutely can. And I can tell you, Uriel, being the angel of presence, being the angel of focus and action, he really helped to, after Michael and Faith and Raphael and Virtue dropped those starting seeds of creating the angel healing modality back in 2006. I thought, how can it happen? How can I go from, I had left science at that time, cancer research, and I was creating holistic and organic skincare infused with angel energy and Reiki energy. And I was quite happy just making these creams and potions in my kitchen, quite happy, doing that. I was building up sales, building up customers. It was wonderful. But no, when the angel said, you are meant for something more. You are meant to be a teacher. You're meant to create this modality and bring it forward. I thought, how will that happen? How can I don't even foresee that happening. Raphael said angel healing will be as well known as Reiki. And I thought, what? That is insane. I'm just making that up. That's just wishful thinking or coming from some part of my ego. But no. And it's not maybe as big as Reiki, but it's most certainly increasing and becoming more popular with so many practitioners worldwide, thousands and thousands over 70 countries. But it really was Uriel that helped give me that fire, helped give me that certainty. Okay, just break everything down. What can you do now, now, now? And he supported the manifestation of a shop. I entered this competition. It's really an interesting story. I put it in one of my first books, Unicorn Rising, where I was about to take all my skincare and sell it at a farmer's market. And to do that, I had to have all the soaps and the shampoos and the skincare all had to be safety regulated by somebody external. Because I had a chemist and a biological background, I thought I could just do that myself, but no, I had to get someone external. And so I had a lovely visit from Trading Standards who looked over all my different formulas and processes for making these. Like, everything is above board, but I'm sorry, you still have to have an external assessor. And the money for that, I just didn't have that. I didn't have that. And he said as he was leaving my flat, as I was so disappointed, thinking I'm just going to have to close down my business now. He said, have you heard of this competition? It's similar to a Dragon's Den competition where there's a panel of entrepreneurs and they support young people to create their own shop. And it could be a shop for anything. And it was right in the middle of a shopping mall, a shopping centre. You had this particular unit, and in that unit, you had no bills for that first year, no rent, no council tax, no utility bills, and support to create your own shop. So I thought, oh, that's fantastic. He's like, why don't you create a shop and have Reiki and angel therapy and everything like that that was starting to come forward? It wasn't known as angel healing back then. And I thought, oh, okay. So I went along to get information about this competition, and I only had 2 days. I only had 2 days left out of the months that had been open to enter. And I got everything together. I was going out with a designer, a graphic designer at the time. So he created this really sophisticated 3D model, which back then was really sophisticated. It wouldn't be now, but it dazzled the judges. It dazzled all the entrepreneurs. And I was, even though it was a big panel of suits and I was talking about angels and crystals and meditation and Reiki, I won. I won the shop. And I'm telling you, it was down to Uriel, it was down to the angels, it was down to also the unicorns that I work with, supporting the manifestation of this shop that turned out to be a holistic center and a crystal shop. And from there, Angel Healing was born, Unicorn Healing was born, had that center for a couple of years. And then when the modalities became so big, I started to teach around the world. So it just goes to show you that starting seed, those tiny little starting seeds, you never know what it's going to grow into. Also, what you think is a total closure and an end in your life, I was devastated thinking I can't make my soaps anymore, my skincare. I had all these customers, but I didn't have the money to have it externally safety tested. I thought I'm going to have to shut down. But from that ending came that new beginning. And from the center came Angel Healing. From Angel Healing came these cards and us together here. It's just incredible. So hopefully I'm sharing the energy of this, friends, with you, that whatever you are receiving, those visions, those ideas, those impulses, act upon them. And if you feel that you need an ally and a supporter, Uriel. Uriel is your angel. Let's look at his crystal associations. I know, she's right here, this big baby. She's sitting looking at me. This is probably my favorite crystals to connect with Uriel. It is a crocodile quartz, also known as a celestial quartz. It's got beautiful rainbow butterfly inclusion in there. And this crystal really helps to ground our spiritual and psychic gifts, the aspects of our higher self, into the earthly plane, which makes receiving all the divine guidance that's coming through from Uriel, from our angels and guides, it helps us to ground it, it helps us to integrate. And we need that. We need that balance. We need that stability to take those impulses, to translate non-physical energy into something tangible. And this celestial crystal, quartz, sometimes known as, I call it a crocodile quartz, definitely helps. Another Uriel crystal is amber. Also wearing another form of amber. Fantastic for healing. And look, isn't it lovely? It's almost like a heart shape as well, this particular one. Great crystal for healing, for pain relief, and also just for, again, bringing what you feel is in the way, especially emotional burdens, emotional toxicity, all the fears, all the doubts that you feel are getting in the way from you taking action towards your dreams. Amber would definitely be great to wear or to have with you. And then the next one, Stone of Prosperity, good luck, Stone of the Travelers, or for traveling, is Tiger's Eye. This one is actually more blue tiger's eye, but I just wanted to show you. They're beautiful. So these are Uriel's crystals. Also sunstone. Uriel is wonderful for helping to open and activate our clear cognizance, so our clear knowing, so that what we are interpreting, what that we're receiving, we know it's coming from a place of our higher self, from our intuition. It's not something that we're just creating. It's something that's coming from our internal, our inner being. That's also a good one to have. Plant associations, more fruit really, but is the grapefruit. Grapefruit to drink, to eat, the oil off is wonderful anyway, just to aid your angelic connection, but especially for Uriel. Also basil, sandalwood, frankincense, red hot poker as well. I love the name of that. These are wonderful plant associations of Uriel. And I want to leave you, friends, with his daily affirmation. And you can connect more with Uriel in the book, The Female Archangels. And he has an activity called Burning Away Inertia, which is really, really cool. You'll need a paper and pen for that. But for now, let's open up our hands wide and say 3 times Uriel's affirmation. I am an architect of change and can do, be, or create anything. My vision and potential are infinite. Let's say that two more times. Hands open wide, heart lifted. I am an architect of change and can do, be, and create anything. My vision and potential are infinite. I am an architect of change and can do, be, and create anything. My vision and potential are infinite. And so it is. And so it is, friends. So much love. We'll see you tomorrow for day 9. Have a wonderful day with Uriel.